Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. Here with me today, I have another diamond in the rough I'd like you guys to meet. This here is James Conway, linebacker out of Fordham University. Nice to have you today, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I wanted to get an opportunity to meet really one of the best linebacker prospects at the FCS level, setting records these days there for Fordham. So go ahead and introduce yourself, James, so we can get started.
How's it going? I'm James Conway. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Went to high school at Millard West and then obviously came to Fordham here in the Bronx. Been here going on my fifth year and I've had a great experience. So, yeah.
Well, again, a lot of good things happening for you in particular. Stats galore, dude. Just so I just kind of wanted to acknowledge some of them. I mean, you've been all conference actually every single year you've been there. Even the year that you only played a few seasons, you were still first team all Patriot League, which is awesome. Uh, Currently holding the League career record in tackles, that being 492 total, which I know you will eclipse the 500 mark very soon. Could happen this next game, in fact. So, a lot of great things also this season. Was on part of the Buck Buchanan Award watch list. So, uh, some great potential for you as a linebacker looking at the next level. So, James, let's talk a little bit more about the earlier days of you as a player, because I'm kind of curious how a Nebraska guy ends up in the Bronx. But let's start first, the earliest we can of you as a football player. What's your earliest memory?
Yeah, I remember playing obviously flag football, pee wee football growing up, starting in like, I don't know, second grade and yeah, just trying to learn and have fun. Obviously, playing a lot of other sports as well. So, a lot going on at that age, and you don't really understand. Like this is something I could seriously get into, but that's where it all started. So just having fun with it and enjoying being out there.
Or were you always a linebacker? I mean, I would imagine that, for a lot of guys growing up, I mean, you played a whole lot of different positions. Talk through it for a bit.
Yeah, so I was actually like a running back up until about high school, and then they converted me to kind of a tight end for a year or two, and then my junior year of high school, I really got in at linebacker, and then it kind of took off my junior senior year, and I felt like I got a lot more experience, and then I was pretty much only recruited as a linebacker for college, so.
Cool. So I attended Millard West High School in Omaha, Nebraska. And on top of some football, practically played every sport imaginable, from soccer to basketball, track and field. When we look back at your time at Millard West, what are some of your lasting memories of being a student athlete there?
Um, Yeah, I think obviously football was so fun. We had some success while I was there, so that was really cool. Making a deep run in the playoffs. Basketball as well. We weren't really known for being a great basketball school, but my senior year we made another deep run in the playoffs. So we always had packed out student sections and just playing with the people you grow up with didn't get much better.
So, again, I'm kind of wondering, how does a Nebraska kid end up in the Bronx? Because, bro, it is a little bit of a culture change, going from cornfield to big city. Talk about the recruiting and how you ultimately ended up deciding to go to Fordham.
Yeah, sure. So obviously I was recruited through Twitter at the time. Started out with some like Ivy League schools and then some like closer schools in the Midwest. And um yeah, I just had a really good feel for Fordham. I had to walk on to Nebraska and North Dakota State. So ultimately it was kind of North Dakota State or Fordham. And I just had a really good feeling about Fordham. I didn't get a visit because of COVID, but
Right.
coaches being in New York City seemed pretty cool. And obviously the great academics was a big deal for me. So yeah.
Cool. Very interesting when looking back on, a guy from Nebraska coming to Fordham. One of the things that I remember, again, this is a while back ago now, but I do remember Ryan Greenhagen coming into Nebraska and having a whole bunch of tackles. I don't know if you had remembered that particular game or not, but they could have brought you in for a visit then, dude. I mean, I don't know what the things were at that standpoint, but has to be great to come in after a guy has really established himself as really a legend there. How do you take that as a guy coming in where you have this all-American figure, and you're having to come in and more or less replace that?
Yeah, so obviously when you have a guy like that who's kind of the guy who's done everything right and is seen as that guy, I just tried to basically copy everything he did. I tried to learn as much as I could from him. Just stuck around after practice with him, sat with him in the cafeteria. Like, obviously we're great friends now, and that's because I really did. I just tried to do exactly what he was doing.
Cool. Well, certainly helps also that he's part of the coaching staff there now, man. What have you learned from him over the past year or so?
Yeah, I think going back to our playing days, just the time you put in is gonna impact the results that you get, whether that's good or bad. So yeah, I think obviously a ton on the field, but just instilling that mindset, yeah, has been great.
Cool. Got to be great to have a guy like him around that really help hone in your skills. Let's talk about your role on that defense again, being one of the leaders and team captains. Talk about that defense as a whole. The scheme fit and all of that, man. Go ahead and lay it on.
Yeah, sure. So we run a little three down, little four down, little cover three, little cover four. Like to get after the quarterback on second and third down. More experienced defensive line, a little younger, pretty athletic secondary. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at this year.
Cool. I mean, you as a player, I mean, obviously mostly utilized as the guy patrolling the middle of the field, the guy who's really managing things as the quarterback of the defense, so to speak, and communicating to the others around you. Talk a little bit about more of what you do, some of your better traits as an athlete, because I mean, I know that you do check a lot of the boxes when it comes to a linebacker or what a linebacker looks like and what he does out there on the field.
Yeah, so I think like you kind of hit on first thing, like my preparation with the game plan and my understanding, my ability to communicate to the rest of the defense is one. Two, I feel very confident in the box, just finding my way to the football. Very instinctual, just uh, doing whatever it takes to get to the football.
Yeah, I mean, very instinctual guy, shuts down the run like the best of them, able to really move sideline to sideline, again, also dropping back into coverage and being effective in that way as well. The other aspect about you and your game is special teams, dude. Special teams is key for guys like you trying to make an impact and hopefully, lead yourself to the next level. I know you have a lot of experience on that front. So, attitude and overall feel for special teams, favorite role.
Um, Yeah, I've been on punt since I've gotten here. So a punt's kind of like my baby. I enjoy punt a lot. Just quick little block and then you get to run down the field and go try and tackle someone, which is a good time. But yeah, anytime I can get on the field, I'd like to, right? So special teams obviously is something I love doing and I'm very appreciative that I get the opportunity to do it.
Cool. Kind of want to break down some of the things about you. Again, we already mentioned the fact that we're looking at a very prolific guy who's always in on the play. You're going to have a ton of tackles before it's all said and done, man. I mean, we're talking about a record-breaking guy right now who's able to get it done. Last season, I know it didn't turn out the way that you wanted. You kind of spottingly played because you had an injury that you were dealing with at the time. Where are you right now in that process?
Yeah, so currently I'm going into my fifth year, obviously, and I'm I feel completely healthy in regards to what had happened. So my junior year, I took some shots to my neck. I was just a little banged up, and then my heading into my senior year, it was my last year of eligibility, and I spoke with some doctors, and it sounded like this is something that could use a little more time and really heal up even more. So. Decided to play in as much as I could that year, and then kind of regroup and let my body heal up. And then, like I said, heading into this year, I've had no issues. Very fortunate to be able to come back and play the best ball I think I can play. So yeah, I'm feeling great.
Cool. Uh, Despite your injury, was sixth on the team in tackles last season and was named first team all conference, which is kind of interesting. Thought highly of you, despite your lack of, participation last year, which I think is amazing when we're looking at it. So, uh, last year maybe perhaps wasn't exactly what you guys, wanted to put out there on the field, but the games that you had actually participated in were your wins. And I do want to, acknowledge that. Um, both games against Colgate and Georgetown, you were obviously, one of the, key contributors in those games, helping, ultimately win those games. Any memories from one of those events that we can draw upon? I mean, any play in particular?
Yeah, certainly. Actually, the Georgetown game in I think it was the fourth quarter, third or fourth quarter. One of our safeties, Trey Bradford, caught a pick on fourth down in the red zone. So he catches it and he's running and he pulls his hamstring probably 5 yards after he caught the ball. And he's looking around and he pitches it to our teammate, our corner, and Alex Kemper caught the pitch and ran it to the end zone, like a 70-yard touchdown. So it was pretty cool and coolest play I've been a part of for sure.
Cool. Where were you on the field? Were you blocking? Like, were you like a lead blocker? I mean, talk about it.
Yeah, as soon as Trey picked the ball off, I kind of ran in that direction, and I saw him. He pitched it pretty quick, like I said, and just Kemper took off. So I was out of the play by that point, so I was just sitting next to Trey on the ground. He's like, "Are you all right, man? Like, what happened?" He's like, "My hammy."
Ah,
So pretty funny moment actually, but yeah, it was clearly a touchdown.
sucks. But hey, it's nice to see somebody else on your team, do very well, have a great play. Uh, this year, again, we're we still got a lot of games ahead. I mean, I know this season hasn't started out the way that you guys wanted to, but we still have a lot of Patriot League games left to play. um, Patriot League, honestly, man, has been looking good lately. When we're looking at some of the overall competition, it's getting better and better. It's getting harder and harder to win these games if we're being honest about it. Any other games this season that you kind of have circled, or any other moments that we can share that are yet to come?
I think we have a great opportunity this week. We're going up against Holy Cross. So yeah, obviously a rival, another Patriot League team. So great opportunity to yeah, to go out there. So excited for that one.
Cool. Gonna be an interesting matchup for sure. You had talked about, one of your, teammates, really making great plays. A lot of great talent on both offense and defense there for Fordham. Can you talk up some of your teammates around you?
Yeah, of course. I think I got to give credit to the D line. They've been killing it since I've gotten here. Cloudy Robinson, Sam Burkle, John Scott, Jack Lowe, Matt Jaworski last year. Too many guys to name really, but then my linebacking mate, Andrew Osman, very talented, younger kid, so he's really learned a lot, transitioned from safety. Yeah, I think Gunnar Smith at quarterback's been doing a really good job. So yeah, a lot of great teammates.
Well, I swear I interview a Fordham guy each and every year. I believe last year I interviewed Jaworski very early on in the process, so people can go back and look at that one and get a chance to meet him. Some great talent, man, and all it takes sometimes is maybe one play to go this way or that, and you guys can certainly turn things around this season. I know it started slow, but some tough competition if we're being honest about your first few. So we'll see how everything comes together. Looking when it's all said and done for a guy who's upwards to 600 tackles, maybe when it's all said and done. When you look at all of your accolades and accomplishments, which one are you perhaps the most proud of that you've been able to accomplish during your time there at Fordham?
Um, that's I would probably say the captain role. Some like my teammates think that highly of me to really lead them. It's a team vote, so that means a lot to me, and it's not something that necessarily happens on the field, but the way you carry yourself and the way your teammates think you can lead. So that's a great honor for me, for sure.
Or what kind of leader are you, man? Are you like a highly vocal leader, like off the field as well as on the field? I mean, are you harping on guys that miss plays? I mean, talk about your leadership style, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say outside of football off the field, I'm more of a calm, approachable, like something happens, go speak to them. But then on the field, I'd like to say I'm a high energy guy. Yeah. I like to have a lot of fun. I think that's the way the game's supposed to be played. So yeah.
I mean, as we're sitting here chit chatting, we're looking at a guy who's calm, cool, and collected. Of course, the intensity level you take up a little a notch, like when you're out there on the football field. Uh, how does that happen, man? Are we looking at like a Jekyll Hyde type kind of character? Talk about it.
Yeah, I think anytime you head out to practice or head out to a game, like it's just you're not that same person anymore. Obviously your preparation, everything that you do in Monday through Friday is the same, but yeah, it's a completely different atmosphere when you're on the field and just feel like a different person, different personality at least.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. I'm just trying to tease you a little bit as we move forward. Again, a very prolific linebacker, able to do some great things out there on the field. I want to get a chance to meet you off the field somewhat. We've kind of talked at least a little bit about it, but any other interesting fun facts that you want to share about yourself? Interesting hobbies? Any special talents, bro? Give me something to work with.
Um, I wouldn't know, no special talents. I'd say I'm a pretty typical football player off the field. Love hanging out with like my teammates, my roommates, great guys, and um, yeah. Sorry, Jimmy.
No, it's okay. Hey, I'm gonna get something out of you before it's all said and done. So, I mean, most college guys are likely hanging out, maybe playing some video games or something. What is that for you guys?
Honestly, not a big video game guy. We'll play some cards occasionally. We're all competitive, obviously, so that's pretty fun.
Okay. Favorite card game or board game?
Um, Pitch is a good one, 4 people. Rummy, gin rummy. Um, yeah, those are typically our go-tos.
Gotcha. I am not very familiar with pitch. Maybe you can enlighten me after this interview is over. But Rummy, very familiar with. It's a classic for sure. So, James, got a few more oddball, silly questions to ask you. So just play along as I go through some of these. Okay.
Sure.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos, definitely.
Tacos. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, are you a Marvel or a DC guy?
Marvel. I think there's
Okay.
some good DC movies, but overall, Marvel, Marvel takes it.
No, I get it. I think the TV shows that DC like TV, in my opinion, Marvel movie, if that makes any sense for people, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. But it's a little different. It's a little bit of different market. Um, are you a morning or a night guy?
I'd say morning.
Okay, okay. Are you a bit of a superstitious kind of guy? Like when you're in the locker room, you got to put your equipment on a certain way. Like you got to listen to something in particular in your headphones. I mean, talk to me.
Um, I'd say a little bit. Nothing crazy, but like I like to wear the same cleats, I maybe after a tough performance or something, go get a haircut. Just things like that. Nothing crazy.
All right, all right. Every so often, when I find a guy who may have grown up, in the middle of a cornfield or something, like I'll ask them whether or not they believe in aliens. How about you?
Believe in what?
Aliens. Are
Oh,
they real?
definitely. Yeah, there's got to be something out there.
Gotta be. I mean, the chances are certainly a possibility. I joke about it a little bit, but I mean, tell me about your hometown there in Omaha, man. What do you miss most besides a good steak dinner?
Yeah, steak dinner. My family, my fiance is back in Omaha. Yeah, it's funny when I talk to people, they expect like Omaha, Nebraska. They know nothing about it, like some rural country town, but it's a fairly sized town. Grew up in the suburbs, so I think probably pretty typical compared to most of the kids I'm going to school with.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have that like southern like drawl that sometimes people talk with when they live out in the country, but you are, I mean, again, in more of a rural area, so or urban area, I should say, there in Omaha. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
Let's see if
definitely.
there's anything else that I can ask you. You have any pets at all at home or otherwise?
I have a dog, Zeus. Yeah, he's a pug.
Zeus, a
Yeah.
pug named Zeus. That's definitely a bit of a character. So, uh, certainly, I know you've been a fan of this game for quite some time. Who are some of the guys that you looked up to as a kid? Maybe even perhaps now at the professional level. Who are you a big fan of?
Obviously, popular answer, Luke Kuechly. A little more recent, like watch some Josie Jewell out of Iowa.
Mhm.
Alex Singleton is another guy. Um, Robert Spillane. Some of the smaller school guys I like to watch. Just cool hearing their stories and seeing where they come from.
Cool. You gotta, love a good underdog story. So I love that. Obviously, James, you're trying to hopefully one day play alongside these guys in a locker room. That's part of the reason why we're talking. We're talking to a guy who, wants to make his mark there at Fordham, but also wants to get the eyes of these professional scouts and get his opportunity after his collegiate days are all said and done. So, as we close up shop, once again, if you don't mind, just tell people what you bring to the table as a prospect. What are we expect to see, from you, like for the rest of this season? Any final comments before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I think I'd just like to establish myself as a guy who's going to do whatever it takes to benefit the team. A very coachable player, a very tough player. Yeah, who just loves playing the game and is going to do whatever it takes.
Cool. I mean, again, we're looking at a guy who's very prolific, always around the football, making record-breaking tackles, of course, there in the Patriot League, being coached by one of the best, and very efficient overall. So, James, want to wish you all the best for the rest of this season and beyond that. Okay,
Awesome. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
sure thing. Once again, I got with me James Conway, linebacker out of Fordham University. Check him out.